melody where the music's always bright. From history to theory, we'll keep your spirits light. Tune in for the stories, the rhythms and the groove. Join us on this journey, there's always more to prove. The melody, where every note's a thrill. The melody, welcome to the Melody Podcast with your favorite host, James Shelton. James Shelton. James Shelton. James Shelton.
Welcome to the Melody Podcast. I'm your host, James Shelton. 30 years ago, a young singer born in New York and named after an old show tune stepped into the musical spotlight and made it immediately clear she wouldn't be returning to the shadows anytime soon. Mariah Carey was born March 27, 1970 in Huntington, New York, on Long Island to Alfred Roy Cary and Patricia Cary. She has two older siblings, a brother Morgan and a sister Allison. Carey's parents divorced when she was 3 years old. She stunned her mother by intimidating her operic singing as early as the age of 2 and was given singing lessons starting at the age 4. Eventually, Cary developed a voice that spanned 5 octaves. Few singers have achieved this vocal feat. David Lee Roth and Yamang Sumak are among the handful of others to have done so. After graduating in 1987 from Harborfields High School in Green Lawn, New York, Cary moved to Manhattan where she worked as a waitress and a coat check girl and studied cosmetology, while writing songs and actively pursuing a music career at night. When she was 18 years old, Mariah Carey and her friend singer Brenda K. Starr went to a party hosted by CBS Records. Starr convinced Carey to bring along one of her demo tapes. She intended to give the tape to Columbia's Jerry Greenberg, but Tommy Matta, the president of Columbia Records, later Sony, incepted it before she could hand it to Greenberg. After listening to the tape on the way home from the party, Matta signed Carey immediately and set her to work on her first album, Mariah Carey 1990, which included 4 number 1 singles: Vision of Love, Love Takes Time, Someday, and I Don't Wanna Cry. Her second album, Emotions, was released in 1992. The title track became her 5th number 1 single and included the hits Can't Let Go and Make It Happen. In March of 1992, Carey appeared on MTV's Unplugged. This performance was released as an album and a home video, resulting in another number 1 single, a cover of the Jacksons' I'll Be There. Her next album, Music Box Techniques, in 1993, cut back a bit on the lavish studio production heard in her previous albums and included the number 1 singles Dream Lover and Hero. Her November 1994 release, Merry Christmas, combined traditional Christian hymns with new songs. In 1995, she released Daydream, its first single, Fantasy, debuted at number 1. It also included collaborations with R&B and hip-hop artists such as Wu-Tang Clan and Boyz II Men, One Sweet Day. Her 1997 album Butterfly included 11 compositions written by Carey and demonstrated her continued interest in hip-hop and R&B, including the Sean Puffy Combs produced Honey, her 12th number 1 hit. Carey's 1998 album Number Ones featured her 13 previous chart-topping singles, as well as the Academy Award nominating The Prince of Egypt, When You Believe, a duet with fellow pop diva Whitney Houston. In July of 2001, Cary was admitted into a New York area hospital and put under psychiatric care after suffering what her publicist called a physical and emotional collapse. Cary had been prepared to promote her upcoming feature film debut, Glitter, and its accompanying soundtrack album, but canceled all public appearances. The release of Glitter was subsequently pushed back from late August to late September 2001. Cary was released from the hospital after 2 weeks. In January of 2002, Cary and EMI, the corporate owner of Virgin Records, with whom Cary had signed a reporting $80 million contract in April of 2001, served their relationship. Though the film and soundtrack for Glitter failed to generate the desired box office and sales total, Cary reportedly walked away from Virgin with nearly $50 million as part of her severance package agreement. In May of 2002, she signed a deal with Universal Music Group's Island Def Jam Records. In December of 2002, Cary released her 8th album, Charm Bracelet, which debuted in 3rd place on the charts. Her records accompanying tour, her first in more than 3 years, launched in June of 2003. She followed up with her 10th album, The Emancipation of Mimi, which became the best-selling album in the US in 2005, with 2008's Touch My Body from her 11th studio album, E=MC2. Cary surpassed Elvis Presley to become second only to the Beatles for the most #1 hit singles in the United States. Other albums include Memoirs of an Imperfect Angel, 2009, Merry Christmas 2, You, 2010, her second holiday album, and Me, I Am Mariah, the exclusive Chantis You, 2014. The singer proves she remained one of the top acts in the business with the release of her 15th studio album, Caution, in 2018, which debuted at number 5 in the US and earned mentions on numerous albums of the year list. In December of 2019, Cary achieved another milestone when her enduring holiday song, All I Want for Christmas Is You, hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The 25 years between its release and the arrival at the top spot, setting a new Billboard record for longevity. In 2012, Cary was chosen as a new judge for season 12 of the popular Fox television show American Idol, taking a seat alongside Randy Jackson, Nicki Minaj, and Keith Urban. In 2013, she appeared in a small role in The Butler, Lee Daniels' biopic about the White House. Butler Eugene Allen, and she voiced a character on the animated television series American Dad. In 2016, Cary launched the Sweet Sweet Fantasy Tour and Mariah's World, a television docu-series on E!, which followed her European tour. She took on another movie role voicing the mayor in 2017's animated The Lego Batman Movie. In an April 2018 cover story for People, Cary shared the story of her longtime secretive battle with bipolar II disorder, first diagnosed in 2001 after being hospitalized for her breakdown. The singer said she refused to acknowledge it for years until recently. I have lived in denial and isolation and in constant fear someone would expose me, she said. It was too heavy a burden to carry and I simply couldn't do that anymore. Cary said she turned things around after finally reaching out for help and that she began undergoing therapy and taking medication regularly. I'm just in a really good place right now where I'm comfortable discussing my struggles with bipolar II disorder, she told People. I'm hopeful we can get to a place where the stigma is lifted from people going through anything alone. It can be incredibly isolating. It does not have to define you, and I refuse to allow it to define me or control me. Cary released her memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, on September 29, 2020. I want to tell the story of the moments, the ups and downs, the triumphs and the traumas, the debacles, can't say that word, and the dreams that contributed to the person I am today, she said. In addition to the memoir, Cary released a 32-track album, The Rarities, on October 2nd. In June of 1993, Cary married Tommy Mottola in a can't talk today. In a spectacular ceremony at Manhattan's St. Thomas Church. The couple divorced in 1998. Cary then dated Latin singer Louis Miguel for 3 years, but their relationship reportedly ended in the summer of 2001. Cary began a relationship with rapper-actor Nick Cannon after he appeared in her music video for Bye Bye. After dating for less than 2 months, the couple married on April 30th, 2008 in a secret ceremony in the Bahamas. In the Bahamas. In 2011, Cary and Cannon welcomed twins Mariah and Monroe. The couple announced their separation in August 2014 after 6 years of marriage, and their divorce was finalized in 2016. In January of 2016, Cary became engaged to Australian businessman James Packer in New York City, but in October of that year, it was announced that the couple had split. After Cary's engagement with Packer ended, she began a relationship with backup dancer Brian Tanaka, who was also featured in her reality show Mariah's World. Outside of her music career, Cary is active in fundraising for the Fresh Air Fund, a non-profit agency that provides free summer vacations to disadvantaged children in New York City, and is the co-founder of Camp Mariah, one of the organization's initiatives. In January of 2015, Cary inked a deal to take up residency in Las Vegas beginning in May of 2016. To coincide with her Vegas show number 1 to Infinity at Caesar's Palace. She released a greatest hits collection featuring her number 1 tracks in 2015. She also starred in and directed A Christmas Melody, a holiday movie on the Hallmark Channel. Mariah Carey's top 5 songs are: number 5, All I Want for Christmas Is You; number 4, Fantasy; number 3, Emotions; number 2, We Belong Together; and number 1, Always Be My Baby. ShopMelody.com is currently down right now while we work on transitioning to an app. In the meantime, you can follow us on Facebook or any other social media at The Melody Pod. That's Melody with an I, for news and other information. And if you listen to the podcast on the website, you can go listen to the podcast for free on YouTube and iHeartRadio. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.